Hello friends, welcome back to the craft room. I am so glad that you're here, and I'm also glad that we get to sew together this time. I found a new pattern. I know we're not surprised, but I found Starry Hearts and I think it is so cute. I love the little hearts in it, but I also like that it has stars. I can't even do like a heart quilt without putting some stars in there somewhere. I may have a problem, but I don't plan on quitting it anytime soon. They only did the 3 colors in theirs, but I thought, why not add some pink in there? So we've got some cute light blue, got a purple heart, and some pink star points. And I'm really looking forward to this one because I think once we get all this blue in here and these like chain pieces around the heart, it's going to be so cute. So for starters, we're going to be making some flying geese. Okay, we're going to make these big flying geese right here and these bitty little baby flying geese. I feel disproportionate, but they're so cute. We're just going to do them at the same time because it's the same process. Then we'll finish up this heart block and maybe bump over to this one, okay? Let's make some flying geese. This is going to be the 4 at a time method. This is a no waste method. On the back of all of my smaller squares, I have drawn diagonals. Can we see those? So we're going to make sure that we put right sides together. Get that in there tucked nicely. And then we're going to get another square and do the opposite corner. Those lines that we've drawn will connect and it will go corner to corner. We're going to sew a 1/4 inch to the right of this line and a 1/4 inch to the left. Again, I'm going to be batch piecing, so I'll just keep working on this one in the background. Let's get that far and then we'll move on from there. All right, there we have our 2 little flying geese starters here. So there's our big diagonal seam and there are our threads on both sides. We are going to trim right on that line and then we are going to iron these pink points up and over. Oh my goodness, this one. I know how cute it turns out because I've already done it, but I'm like so excited to show you how tiny and precious and cute it is. Okay, let me iron. Okay, we're gonna flip these upside down and we're gonna do the same thing with our other squares. We're gonna tuck these right in the corner. So a 1/4 seam on both sides. Then we get to cut right on that line and iron up and over, and then we will have flying geese. We're gonna talk about trimming them in a second, but let me get through the rest of these. Here we go. And there we have our flying geese, nicely ironed. Let's trim these down. I'm gonna do a big one because it's easier. All right, down here at the base is where we need to take extra time to make sure that we have our 1/4 inch seam allowance, maybe even a little bit more, just so that when it comes time to sew these flying geese together in the rest of the block, we're able to keep this nice little V down here in the bottom. So these specific flying geese need to be 3.5 by 6.5. So I've got my 1/4 inch here for sure. And then I'm gonna kind of center my ruler in the rest of this flying geese. Trim up the right side and across the top. And now that I've got a nice edge here, I'm gonna line this exactly up with my 3.5 by 6.5. So we've got our 3.5 line here and our 6.5 line down here, and then trim the remaining geese. Okay, not too shabby, huh? Let's do this little one just because it's so cute. Okay, usually I whine about little things because I'm a big old baby, but it's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna trim through the rest of these blocks, and I think we're gonna still kind of double dip with these ones and do them both at the same time. There's a lot of repetition in here, so if we can just kill 2 birds with 1 stone, like why not? Okay, so magic trimming, my favorite kind, and then we will be back. There we have beautifully trimmed flying geese, mama size and baby size. So let's make this heart middle really quick, and then we'll start assembling these blocks. Okay, so we've got some tiny little squares that are gonna go in each of the corners, just like this on the top of both of our rectangles. Let's see if I can get that bow in there. If I can rotate it so that I can keep a bow, I try to, because they're cute and they need to be in here. So we'll swap those ones. There we go. All right, and then we're gonna grab two bigger squares, and they are going to go in the bottom of our hearts. And then we'll talk about angles here. Just get as many bows as possible. Yes. All right, so we very well could have drawn all of the diagonals beforehand. This is just like good for my brain to see it here this way. So this is how I'm choosing to do it. We just want these angles to be opposite. So we're going to draw a diagonal that way on that one, and a diagonal the opposite direction there. And then these ones will be opposite from each other so that we kind of give that like curved look. And here we have all of our angles drawn on these squares, and we're going to sew exactly on this line this time. Trim a 1/4 inch seam allowance, gently iron these little bitty corners up and over, and same for this one, but we don't have to be as delicate because it's a little bit bigger. Let's finish this heart. And there is that cute little simple heart. Now we're back to everything being the same. So let's start by adding some points onto our little heart here. And then we've got the points on top, but then that size, I need to cut more. So we've got our two corners here, and I'm already out of corners. I should have prepped better, but then we'll have two more corners here. Now let's just do our little guy really quick. Here we have our center, which is just a normal square. Then we've got all of our points going around. And then our precious, most babiest corners. I love this blue and white together. This is just like a happy blue anyways, but paired up with these like white bows, like, I don't know. It's just super cute. It's just really cute and I love it a lot. So now that we've got these both laid out, we're gonna sew our corners to our middle points, these points to the center of our square, and then these imaginary corners to these points, giving us a complete star. Here it comes. And there we have our cute heart star. That purple and pink together. I love it. And then here we have the cutie little baby star. Now we're not quite done with this block, obviously. So let's finish this one up. We're gonna give this one a border to make the center a little bit bigger. And then we will add our little corners here, and then we'll be done with this one. So let's get our two small sides. We're gonna add our two small strips to the sides. And then we're gonna add our two longer strips to the top and the bottom. I don't know how to magic this with only one hand, so shimmy. That was a little harder than expected, but now we have this cute framed in star and we are ready to build the rest of this block. So this is gonna sound familiar, maybe a little redundant at this point. We're gonna put these larger rectangles onto the sides of our star. And we've got rectangles that will go all the way around. So it's like we just flip-flop rectangles for these points, right? And then we get to fill in our corners with that blue again. So cute. On this bottom row, blues on the top row, white rectangles to the middle, and put together. And there is our final block, and it is a cutie. Again, that blue and white, it's pretty good. So let's add this one in here. All right, so here's what's interesting about this one, because each of these blocks will have sashing. I haven't cut it because, you know, that would be preparing ahead of time. Who does that? But each of these will get the white. And then this is where we add our other blue square, giving us that chain look. I will say this. It wants you to do it in, this is how it wants you to assemble. Personally, I would not do it that way because I feel like there's too much room for these to not line up, and that makes me a little bit nervous. So here's how I'm gonna put my blocks together. Just FYI, not that you asked, but I'm gonna tell you. So instead of doing just one strip here, let me switch sides. So instead of just doing one strip here and sewing these two blocks together, I am actually going to sew a long piece of sashing, one that's actually the right size, to this side of the block. And then I will get another long piece of sashing and attach this block to the end, giving me a strip. Then I will nest these seams here so that my blocks line up, and then we'll have the remainder of the sashing. It's like, this block right here. It got the side sashing first, and then this was a whole strip right here, this long sashing with our little cornerstone that I added on after the fact. And I think it's really good because you know that these will always line up. But then when you put the two blocks together, it looks like you did the rows of sashing, but instead it's just per block. So for me, that's a lot easier to make sure that my cornerstones get to where I want them to be. To each their own. Sorry, didn't mean to shake you. I guess I got excited. To each their own, but this is a really good method for me. So I'm curious to see, what would you do? Would you do their sashing in the rows like that? Or would you do it by block? So there's a good little conversation for the comments below, huh? And that is it for me, friends. I'm pretty excited that we were able to make this one together. I think that this is a good one if you're wanting to learn flying geese or just like making a star, because I think this is great practice for big flying geese and also very little flying geese. The method is still the same, but for whatever reason, and maybe this is just me mentally, size makes a difference on how confident I am in them. So good practice for myself as well. But I think for those of you that want to work on sawtooth stars, it's going to be so cute. I love that. I love those bright, happy colors together too. I think those are good combos. So this is Whirlwind Leaves Purple, Blossom and Peaches and Creams, Peekaboo, and the hand stitching cornflower. So because it's in this video, that means that these fabrics will be on sale this week. I really like the combo of these ones, and for me this is very Valentine's-y without being like so like red and pink in your face. So last little plug for mystery stitches. As of right now, I have 7 bundles left, which is crazy. And I do feel like there is enough time for you to order, make a block, and send it back. So we did a little bit bigger of a time frame for this one, which I think is going to be for the better. So if you want to snag those last couple of bundles, there are just a few left, and I am excited for all of these blocks to start coming in. So happy sewing with Starry Hearts if you decide to try it, and happy sewing with mystery stitches if you're playing along. We'll see you next time, friends. Bye.